I'm Krishna. I'm having 10 years of industrial experience working for a global MNCs as a lead cloud engineer and database architect. Also, I'm having a 4 years of experience in a corporate training.
Yeah, Ganesh, please go ahead.
Yeah, Krishna, actually, see, I have seen some couple of videos and Snowflake thing. It seems that see other queries like the stored process, it looks very complex and it looks a lot of this SQL knowledge, I believe, right?
Mhm.
So how extensive it will be because the database, whatever you're taking the first, that will be the key actually. So that is a basic. So whether it will be we could because we are from a database only, but not we are not extensively used any queries and I've seen so many things. It looks tough. How extensive it will be this training? Whether we'll catch up with that because stored procedure. We are not used stored procedure. I not come from a ETL side also.
Yeah, okay.
So I just want to know whether this course will be extensive to from the basic to high level because so that's the thing. So I just want to check with you.
Yes, yeah, definitely, Ganesh. I think we discussed it earlier also, but I'm happy to
Mhm.
explain it again. Okay. Yes, there are stored procedures, very, very, very important topic with stored procedures. Okay. So reusable frameworks, okay, is something you can build with it. Stored procedures. Okay. So if you ask me, Krishna, something I want to run something automation. Okay. Dynamically, we should able to read by passing just a parameters or something, and it should work. What up to my expectations is where your stored process is going to be helpful. Okay. So, and one more point, if you are attending any SQL interview or a Snowflake interview or a database side or a data engineer side, there will be always a definite question on this one. Okay. So to your question, looks complex unless we don't know the topic. Okay. So don't worry,
Yeah.
we will teach. So that's where we came, right? So if you see my roadmap, okay, the roadmap is the SQL you're going to learn from a scratch. Okay. To prove that from a scratch, the topics today we're going to talk is the scratch of what is data we are talking, what are databases, what kind of acidic properties and the crude properties we will be doing, what is SQL. So we come from a very basic. Again, I'm repeating that point, right? So keeping in mind of the fresher who doesn't have any IT knowledge. So we will try to put as detail as possible and making to understand so that when you go into a next level, this should not looks like this is something a new concept or a new world again to you. Okay. So whatever we going to learn here, that is we are going to implement here, learning the new features and the unique features here. Okay. So that's where stored procedures comes in. Okay. So
Okay.
when you comes to the stored procedures, yes, difficulty will be there. Okay. So when we writing a SQL stored procedures or in a JavaScript based stored procedures, right? Okay. So you feel little difficulty, but I will make sure we start the stored process. Stored procedures will go for maximum 2 to 3 days of a topics, this one. So we will understand from basic to how can you do an array functions also inside a JavaScript in stored procedures. Okay. So we go from basic and we'll try to understand more than intermediate level. Okay. Which you need to sustain in the job, which you need to able to crack this one. Okay. And we will be writing little complex stored procedures also with the different layers. Okay. So we will be learning medallion layer. Okay. Who are into data bricks or something, right? So medallion is a one model. Okay. This model says that we are going to talk about bronze. Okay. We're going to talk about, silver, and we're going to talk about gold. Okay. So we will be talking about the data at a three different layers, how you can deal that automatically using a stored procedures. Okay. So don't worry. Yes, it looks complex when we don't know the concept, but once we know the concept, it looks very easy. Okay. But very, very important topic. Okay. Very, very important topic. So when as a Snowflake developer, so I'm talking about explicitly Snowflake developers, right? Snowflake developers, if they are spending 40 hours in a week, okay, 25 hours will go against to your stored procedures, which would have been built already, or you would have received a requirement to build it. Okay. Did I answer your question, Ganesh?
Yes, Krishna. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You will be covering all the like important interview questions, right, regarding stored
Yes.
procedures, what they will ask. That is the key, actually, right? So,
So what happens is when I was telling any topics, right, you can check our previous sessions also if you have any contact, right? So anything when we are talking and in my runtime also, so I suggest to everyone to start taking the running notes. Okay. So I will be mentioning, anyway, when I was talking, right, I will maintain in my notes, I will be maintaining at the bottom saying that what could come in an interview and what type of interview questions, how they can able to complex it when they are asking. Okay. I will be writing my notes here, important notes. Okay. And I will be saving this notes, running notes in our website. So you can able to download and you can able to see it. Okay.
Okay, that's
Parallelly, I would
really
say to the people, parallelly, you also start taking the notes. Okay. And coming back to that one. So after training, right? So we have blogs, interview blogs are there. Okay. You can go through that interview. We have done few interviews with few mock runs. So those you can gone through. And we do have articles where we have published the interview questions. So you can read through that. Okay. And also we are going to introduce a product which AI will do an interview that soon we are coming up with. Okay.
great.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Unable to hear voice. Srinivas. Is anyone else also is not able to hear me? Is my voice loud and clear to everyone? Can you raise hands? No emojis. Huh? Okay. Yes, I can hear you clearly. Srinivas, can you drop and join back? I can hear you. Perfect, Srinivas. Yeah, great. Anything else, guys? Another 2 minutes. If any questions, we'll take up a questions. Do we need to yes, Srinivas, we need that. We will be learning the DWH, sorry, data warehousing concepts. I mean, it's good to know, right? So it's always good to know. So whatever we're learning, we should know what is the backend really happening. Okay, why they design like this? Why can't they design in another way? Okay, so I'll try to put some examples. Why people call it as a databases, why warehouses, what is the purpose of this one? Why they have to design a different databases and all. Instead of pinging, right, Ganesh, sorry, Srinivas, you can come on, unmute yourself and you can talk. You don't need to know. I will teach it. Don't worry. Okay. Don't hesitate to talk, right? Just come up on, unmute yourself and talk. Okay. So I
So,
take
Krishna,
that.
yeah, just this question.
Yes,
As you
please.
mentioned just now regarding this medallion architecture in the Databricks,
Mhm.
are you able to cover those topics as well? Like the overall architecture of Databricks and how does this going to work? This bronze, silver kind of architecture kind of thing?
Architecture, yes. How would it's not a Databricks architecture. Okay. So medallion is not been invented by Databricks. Okay. Medallion is a one model. Okay. This is fancy model. Else I would have called it as, so this was there. Can I know your name?
Yeah, I'm Sumant.
Hey, Sumant. Yeah. Thanks for raising that point, Sumant. Sumant, this model is already there. Okay. So usually in old style, right? When we were into old days, what we used to call it, if we say that it's a staging layer, it's a curated layer and a presentation layer. Okay. Now they made it as a latest fancy that's called as a bronze layer, silver layer, or gold layer. Okay. The type of data it is going to stay at the particular places. Okay. So this is nothing but this. Okay, this model was already there from a long back. There is nothing called as they didn't reinvented the wheel. Just they renamed it the nice fashions. And now Databricks says that we follow this one. So how you are going to load this data, truncate and load all the time, how you are maintaining the history data in a silver, how you are maintaining the aggregated models in a model, in a gold. Okay, so this is what we've been doing. Okay, what happens is, I think I have a diagram for today also. I'll show that. Okay. But this architecture I will be explaining. So we call it as a medallion layer.
So is this something regarding the migration kind of framework only?
No, this is not a migration. This is how you are maintaining the data at a different levels in a same database. Think that you have a 3 tables created. So people who doesn't have a tables or something knowledge, so ignore it. Okay. So think you have a 3 tables. Okay. This table is going to have every day whatever the data is going to come up. Okay. This table is going to have, so example, let me take that. So today, how many products being sold in your company? In this layer, from the company when you started till this point, each and every information, including if there are any updates or updates or deletes happen. That means to say, a customers who left your company, new customers being added. So all the history data is available. When it comes to the gold, I have an aggregated level, that is like how much revenue for a last 1 year happened. Okay, or how many employees there with me in the last year and how many employees are there with me now. Is there any layoffs happen? So that kind of information, this particular layer comes in. This particular layer is nothing but a presentation layer we call. Why we call as a presentation layer is Power BI dashboards or a Tableau dashboards or Cognos, right? There for them we create this presentation because there is already been derived aggregated data. They can just show it up on their screens. Okay. That, okay. Okay. Shall we start? No questions? Okay. Perfect. So we'll discuss. Actually, my plan was today is to explain you guys how to install a MySQL on your systems, but I need to cover this before doing that. Okay, I'll try to complete as soon as possible, and we will go into, if time permits, we'll go into installation part. Okay, so we all saying, right? So everything, data engineer, data analyst, a data reporting guy, or a, Snowflake developer, AI developer, machine learning. So we all dependent on a one particular thing. Okay, so without that, there is nothing called this data engineering concepts or a reporting concept works. Okay, that's keyword called as a data. Okay, so can anybody says in a technical terms what exactly data means? What could be a data? Yeah, come up anything. What you can think as a data?
Collection of information.
Information.
Information
Okay.
comes from the transaction online. So
Transactional, online transactionals. Okay, so let's put it as ATM transactions. Yeah, transactions.
so that generates data.
And this all comes under data. What else data you can think of? Anything, not only related to banking or financial, whatever comes to your mind. What is data in your mind? Can I call my Aadhaar information as a data? Can I call PAN information as a data? Can I call voter information as a data?
Yes.
Can I call your telephone bill as a data?
Yes.
Can I call your groceries bill as a data? Okay. Can I call your tuition fee as a data? What else you can think of?
Nowadays, everything is the data.
Exactly. So that's what I was expecting. Okay. Everything is a data now. Okay. Without this, right? You call AI, ML, you call ML ops, NLP, you call whatever the fancy technologies are there. Nothing is going to do that without this. Okay. Unless we don't have this, something, you build some technologies. So there is nothing, not waste, right? So you don't have something to process. Okay. Building a technology is a waste, right? You need a data. You need a data. Nowadays, data, where it is getting generated, everywhere it is getting generated. Now I'm talking to you guys, data is getting generated. It's getting recorded. Okay, it's getting recorded, and this data you will be using after it's recorded. Okay, there is a data generating. Now Zoom is calculating that how much time I'm using this particular meeting, how many people are joined, how many times I'm putting it into on a mute and coming on a video, also charts. Okay, and how many people are joining and leaving at every second. So everything is a data. Okay, you are changing the channel, how much time you are there on the particular channel. Okay, what kind of package you are using, what kind of mobile information you are using, everything you touch upon, everything is a data. Okay, now your sleeping is also a data. Your watch calculates that you are sleeping for this much time, right? So everything is in a data. Without this data, there is nothing that you can able to run and show some stats or take a decisions also. Okay, so this data, but this data, right, when it comes this data generated, it will be raw. We call it as a raw data. Okay, raw means, so ATM mission, you have taken ATM mission, and in ATM missions, there are hundreds, thousands of people are withdrawing a money, and I have just given you all the data dump to you like that. There is nothing happened. You don't know about who has made the transaction, who has withdrawn your money. You don't know anything. There is a bundle of papers are available to me. Okay, that's been transaction over the day, and I have given all you that bundle to you, and I told you to say that, okay, you get me something out of it. Okay, when I given you that data, okay, that's called as in a raw data. When you go into a companies, the requirements start saying that the raw data we will be receiving from somewhere else. We have to modify that data. We have to transform that data and bring it into some shape and have to load it somewhere or supply it to somewhere. Okay. This is called raw data. Okay. Raw data will not have any kind of meaning to it. Okay. Raw data will not have any kind of meaning to it. What you need to do to bring a meaning to it. Okay. So now I'll give you one more example. Okay. So now in a room, okay, from last 1 year have collected a newspapers. Okay. Yeah. So where we are raw data, right? So raw data is nothing but so which doesn't have any meaning. Okay. I said you saying that I have a, so let's take, I have a puzzle. Okay. I have been dismantled the puzzle like anything, like I disordered and I have given you everything. Okay. Simply like that, I have given you everything. Okay. Now I will tell you saying that I want to understand what is that puzzle. What is your next step? I have given you some random cards of, some 100 cards I have given and it's a puzzle. So you have to sort it out some way to understand it has something to show. It's something, some news is there in that puzzle. Okay. So what is your next approach? I have given you raw data, a box of cards I have given to you. What is the shape? So yeah, you want to understand the shape. Okay. What is the shape? Yeah, you have to understand the shape is one thing. Okay. What else what is your approach? My question was simple. I have given a pack of cards to you and I'm saying it's a puzzle. You need to understand that puzzle by ordering it. Okay. What's your next approach?
What is the common in this?
What is
in-
common in this? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. Common factor. Okay. Pieces, numbering the pieces. Okay. Shape. Yeah. What else you can think of? It's okay. Okay, etc. Think the etc. Okay, this thought process is nice. Okay. So color is also good. Okay. So now what you are doing over here, a raw data was there to you and you started putting an intelligence on top of it. Okay. On top of it, raw data, you're putting an intelligence in a way. Okay. I need to check what is the common between all these cards. Are they are same shape? Are they are same color? Do I need to, once all the same colors are being numbered and being placed it aside so that that becomes another puzzle and the other one becomes another puzzle. Okay. So what is your thought process here? What you are making some, you are putting some intelligence top of your raw data and you are transforming it. Okay. You are modifying that. So the pack of cards are now becoming individual pieces and you started putting intelligence on each and every individual piece and you are thinking to bring it into some shape which makes sense, means which have some meaning. Okay. So once you make that meanings give you information. What is that? If you made a puzzle, okay, it should have, it might be having a map. Okay. Or it might be having some animal shape or something. Okay. But your raw data, after you putting intelligence on top of it, after you understanding, transforming that raw data, you made it some meaningful information, and that meaningful information called as meaning to that particular raw data is called as an information. Okay. When the raw data converts into an information, when you start putting some kind of business rules on top of it. Okay. So now I would say, okay, so there are in a city, there are 1 lakh people are there. Okay. My company is a telecom company. So if to a telecom company, I'm supplying Aadhaar information, telephone information, his groceries information, house rental information, everything. Okay. For telecom information, for telecom company, does they need really a groceries bills and all? They don't need it. What they do is they filter out the telecom information. Okay, that landlines or mobiles or something. So that meaningful information, how it will comes when you start putting your intelligence and filtering it from a raw data, what exactly you need it, which becomes an information for your company. Okay, which becomes like an information to your company. So now we had no meaning here. Okay, at least telecom company example again. So you supplied every information to a telephone company. Telephone company doesn't need all the information. All the information they need is a SIM information, landline information, how much you're talking, what is your data pack. So all this information, they filtered it out. They've taken it, they numbered the pieces. Okay, they brought up some shape to the data. Okay, now they have brought it up and they have a information handy now. What is that information saying? That this information is customer related usage of a telephones or a SIM or something, whatever it is, but it is belongs to a particular domain now that makes little sense to everyone, that have a meaning now. Okay, now what happened? Data got converted to an information. Okay, that's fine. They have applied all the business rules and at least they made some sense now the information. Okay, what they are going to do with this information? What is the real use of this information for the companies? Why they want to do this stuff for actually what is the purpose of getting this information for them? Is my screen blank, guys? Are you guys able to see my screen?
No, we could have to see.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So if I couldn't able to reply in between, right? So someone, if you see a message, please reply them. Okay. So else I have to cut it down every time, but I will see the messages. Okay? So yeah, Salman is mentioning very good answer, analyzing and making decisions. Okay, that's fine. What is the main outcome out of it? Why they want to? They are do we need to think they are sitting free? They want to do this analyze and making decisions. For what purpose they want to do it? Profit?
Okay, yes, ready.
Very good, right? So profit, what is a profit here? They want to run a business, right? They want to run a business and they have to grab the people and from that business, they have to profit out. Okay. To profit out what they need to do. Okay. Now I said data was raw data. So nowadays, from now onwards, we call data as a raw data. Okay. So wherever the data is being processed, let's call it as a processed data. That's the terms we use when we go into the projects. Okay. So raw data was there. Okay. With some intelligence, we changed that raw data into processed data. Okay. So this raw data is nothing but the first point. Processed data is something going to be second point. Okay. Third point, I'm saying how this is going to be helpful for the business. Okay. So now I'll give you an example. Okay. So telecom is something we have taken, right? So now let's call it as a churning customers. Not churning customers also. What we call this guy is, right? Porting out customers. Okay. Who are the porting out customers? What is meant by porting out customers? Now I'm into Airtel. Okay. I am porting into Jio. What does that means?
Converting.
I am moving. Okay. I am moving to different telecom company. Okay. So who is going to loss here? Airtel is going to loss here and Jio is going to benefit here. Okay. From the data, from processed data. In this processed data, I have loaded a one table. Okay. In this month. Okay. How you guys usually do porting? So I will send a SMS saying that port number to Jio or something. I'll send a message. Okay. This was a raw data for them first, and then they processed the data. And for every 1 month, they are identifying this kind of customers. How many customers are there? And load the data into one table called as a porting table. Okay. In this, you have 100 customers for this month. Okay. So now they identified porting table information. We identified who are all the people are moving from Airtel to Jio. What is the course of action to Airtel now?
To reduce the price.
Reduce the price. Okay, one option. Right, reduce the price. So have you ever, anybody has done this? This is one way. I believe in 2012 to 15, I used to do a lot. Okay, reducing money. So reducing cost package cost. Okay. So I hope you guys would have been done. How many of you folks did it? Providing offers.
Give some discounts.
Yeah, low cost offers, discounts. Perfect. Okay, they do multiple things. Okay, so just to say that I used to get a caller tunes. So I used to change for every day. Okay, caller tunes we used to get, and then they used to reduce the packages. And they say that that time SMS was costly. Okay, they used to say that, okay, we will increase the SMS cost, SMS number of SMS for you. So we had SMS, right, back in long time back. Okay, so they give this one. What is the reason they give this? Why they want to do this?
Don't want to lose the customers.
They want to retain the customers, and means they want to retain the customers and business continuity. They don't want to lose the customers here. So very, very, very important concept for each and every company. Okay, you ask anything, right? So I'll give you one more example. So last year I bought a bicycle. Okay, so in online it cost me around some 24 or 22 bucks, 22K bucks. Okay, so what I have done is, I have seen in Flipkart. Okay, it is selling, actually the bicycle has been made, they're making it in Chennai only. Okay, so then what I have done is, I have went to that website and I have picked their number directly. Okay, and I called them. Okay, I called them, said that, see boss, I want to buy a bicycle directly from you, not from any other website. So what do you do for me? Okay, so it was 22K or 21K, I don't really not sure. Okay, they told me that, okay, so they told me that website offer only. They told me saying that, okay, same website money is fine for me, but what you do more for me, I'll refer you for something else. Okay, then what they did is, okay, same, we will reduce you to 19K. Okay, and we'll give you 3K of accessories to you. Okay, they given me helmet, they given me my bottle hanger, they given me bottle, they given me my mobile pouch. Okay, they given me a lot of this one. I didn't buy from Flipkart, I bought directly from them. They parceled me, they have done everything. Okay, so here what is there is, they want to do a business. Okay, now they got a point, and I'm saying that I will refer you to all the other companies. Okay, they would able to do this offer to me. Okay, because they want to increase the business, they want to go out of the business, because unnecessarily they also pay to the Flipkart commission charges, promotion charges, everything they have to do it. Now they are doing a direct business, which is called as a B2B. Okay, sorry, B2C. It is a business to customer model. Okay, the directly business is communicating with the customer and they are giving me a product. Okay, so they want to do many other activities like this, because they want to, here in this scenario, they want to retain customers. In this scenario, they want to open a new option, which is directly B2C, which is business to customer model. Okay, so what is the, what exactly is happening here? Why they can able to do this all stuff? Because they can increase the customer info, they can increase the customer connectivity, they can retain the customers, they can continue the business. Okay, so but from where this all stuff comes? Because what they do is, they will start putting the knowledge on top of it. Is it nothing like, so I will directly call a business CEO asking, saying that I'm moving out, so you give me offers. That way it will not work out. So what happens is, they already have a plan. Okay, they already analyzed the situation. Okay, they analyzed the situation and they have kept a knowledge on top of it. And what they do is, in case if any customers are moving out from our particular network, offers, give these offers. Okay, or do you think that agent, when you call agent saying that, okay, I'm porting out, whenever you put this message, you will get a call within 24 hours, and that guy will be asking you saying that, okay, tell me sir, what and all is happening, so what do you need it? Okay, so he won't go is beyond his limits. There will be already the situation is being analyzed and what offers can be given to you. That the only offers agent will be rolling out to you. Agent will not take any kind of decisions over that. There will be already manual is being already given for that case. How could they create that manual? Because they analyze the situation. Okay, they put the knowledge on top of information, they put the knowledge so that they could able to take the decision. So agent can able to take the decision at the time of when he is talking to the service. Now still the customer is not satisfied with all the discounts he has given, then there is no excuse for him. Okay, so all he can do is, that's all we can able to offer, sir. Okay, I cannot write my business on your name to continue with us. Okay, so that's all they can do. So how could they get it into that particular decision or that particular to that conclusion? Because they have put the knowledge on top of it. Okay, When you put the knowledge, that data will actually convert into a decision, and that decisions will be taken by the company people, which will be helping you to continue the business and continue your profits and continue your business in the markets. Okay, so how your data converts from day to day point, right? So it comes as a raw data. You will be building a business rules on top of it, making it as in a processed data. Okay, so no meaning, some meaning, profitable meaning. Okay, that meaning have a profit now. Okay, unless you are not going to put a knowledge on top of it, which is not going to help you to take a decisions. Okay, so this is how it runs every day. Okay, so does anybody have questions on this one? What is data? What is information? What is knowledge? These three have three different meanings. Okay, so does it make sense to everyone? So whenever you go into a projects, the first thing when they talk about a data, so someone says generic, very generic says that, okay, we are receiving a data. So your first question going to be either it is a raw data, no one processed it yet, or is it a processed data? Okay, so now they will tell you, so who will do this knowledge information? Okay, business analysts. Okay, once you process the data and you load the data somewhere in the table, what they do is business analyst will go through the trend. Okay, then the trend in analysis will be sending to the executives. Who is executives? Stakeholders. Okay, customer sides. What they do is they will take a decision saying that whether we want to roll out this product, or what kind of offers we need to give in the market. How can we retain the customers? Okay, so any questions on your first point? I'll take a pass here. Are you guys following up me, or any clarification needed on this? Okay, fine, good. So I'll take that as no questions. Raw data, process data, and the raw data, process data, and presentation data. So presentation data will be going into reports and dashboards and all. It will be going. Okay, so you can say anything. After that, there are different layers for the different companies. Okay, companies layer, company layer we can call. So some people will say NTAM layer, some people say ally layer, some people say capital one layer. So they have their own layers after it. So that's called as a golden layer. So that's where they have all the data they can generate the reports and take the decisions. Okay, yeah. So next point, right? Before I go into what is databases and data warehouses, I just want to a small story. Okay, so this story is something, two folks, okay, in a college, Oxford College. Think that there is an Oxford College. So in Oxford, they have two folks are there. So one guy, what he wants to do is he wants to clone the Facebook. Okay, he wants to, similarly, like it sounds like the Facebook movie only. Okay, so he wants to clone the Facebook. Okay, what is cloning? Anybody saw a movie called Clone? What is cloning?
A replica of the same.
Replica. So does anybody have seen movie called Clone? Yes, no.
Duplicate.
Yeah, duplicating, copy. Yeah, duplicating, copy. So anybody has heard duplicate, right? So yeah, duplicate, copy. Anybody has heard that usually US presidents will be cloned and the original guys will not come there whenever there is a serious situation. Does anybody?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we have heard, right? The childhood things, I think we would have heard many things like this. Okay. Similarly, there is a movie called Clone, very good movie. You can watch it. Okay. So what is cloning? Cloning is something which we want to create a replica or copy or duplicating something, right? So here also the guy one, right? So the boy one, so let's call it a boy one. So what he wants to do is he wants to replicate, he wants to clone the Facebook and create his own website. Okay. And what he has done is, yes, he has created a website, everyone is logging. So when he is logging, what he needs to do, he needs to store the data somewhere, right? He wants to store some data. So for that data, what he has done is he bought some hard disks. Okay, in laptop, we have a hard disk, right? Similarly, like that, he has some hard disks, 1 TB of hard disk he has bought. Okay, 1 disk of hard disk he has bought. And then what happening is all the servers also needed. Servers means his laptop connection to this hard disk, motherboard, everything. Okay, servers, he bought it and he started cloning the Facebook and he created the same kind of website and everyone is logging and accounting with him and everyone's data is coming and saving here. Okay, data in sense, login information, okay, username, okay, password, okay, posting videos, whatever the post, images or whatever it is, Okay, sending friend request. Okay, this and all many, right? So we have a lot of things. Okay, like this, everything is getting saved in his 1 TB of hard disk. Okay, then what happened? 1 TB is filled. Okay, there is he didn't expect that this many people will come, but unfortunately, fortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately, he got many customers and a lot of people have started using it. 1 TB is not sufficient to him. Okay, then he increased it to 10 TB. Okay, now the date he is storing here. Now let's call, he is storing each and everything here. Okay, you post it, he is capturing it. Your new customer is logged in, he is capturing it. Someone liked your post, he is capturing it. So he is capturing each and every transaction. Okay, let's call it as a transaction, right? So he's liking, someone unlike it, someone share it, whatever it is. Okay, there is something action is happening, so that's called as a transaction. Okay, that transaction is every time he is capturing in his hard disks. Okay, let's call it as in a database. Okay, which storing each and every transaction. Okay, he is doing this one. He has explained this to his friend saying that, so boy two, he told that, see, I have implemented this website, I'm capturing this all data, so I didn't expect it, but it is running flawless. Okay, I have a lot of data available with me right now. Okay, now, so what is my problem is, every time I have to increase the database because my customers are increasing. They are posting many things. They are posting videos and all, which is taking a lot of space in my hard disks. Okay, so I couldn't able to do it. So this guy says that, okay, what you do is start increasing it for every week. Okay, create a new database, buy a new hard disks. Okay, we are not into cloud yet. Okay, we are buy new disks. Okay, attach to the old ones and increase it. Okay, so that you can solve your problem. Okay, so he is doing it now. Boy one thought that, okay, I want to make it as a business now. Okay, I want to make it as a business, like how our X, right, our Twitter, not Twitter, what they made, for a blue mark you have to pay. Okay, this guy also thought the same thing. Okay, if you want to continue your account with me, you have to pay me $2. Okay, he wants to make a business. Before he making a business, what is his intention? How many people are with me right now? Okay, so how many customers are there with me right now? Okay, how many people I can expect in 1 month? Trend analysis. Expect in next 1 month. Okay, trend analysis, he don't know, it's a prediction. How he can able to predict? From past 2-3 months he will take a data and he will calculate that for every month how many customers is being joined with me. Based on that, in future how many people can come, prediction. Okay, for that reason I can increase my database, or how much money I can able to get out of it. So one analysis I have to do. Okay, yeah, so this third point is, so based on if I am increasing money, I have to give them little fast service so that they should not have any disconnectivity when they are logging into Facebook. Okay, disconnectivity check. Okay, like this, you want to start a business and he wants to do a lot of checks before he is going to charge the $2 for it. Yeah, so he wants to do all these checks. So if he wants to do all these checks, right? So what he need to do, if he want to do all these checks, what he need to do?
He need to have a data and analyze the data.
Data, and he has to analyze the data, right? So he already have a data. So that is there in this 10 DB hard disks called database. Inside this database, he have it in all the data is available. Every day is capturing this information, data is there. Now he need to do analysis. How he can do analysis? Does he can able to sit overnight and open each record and start making it a notes? Is it going to be possible for us?
No.
It's some software, right? So some software.
Yes, yes, controls.
He has to go through some software. Based on that software, okay, he has to understand some data. Okay, now if I can say, I will write a SQL, structured query language. Okay, I'll write a SQL. Okay, and I will generate some stats out of it. Okay, as those stats are called analysis. So these stats help me to do some kind of decision making, saying that how many customers are coming, how many can come in the next month, how much, is there any discontinuities happened last time, how can I give a better services? Okay, now what he has done is, yes, he wants to do this SQL queries. Example, I'm saying SQL queries, you have to run it on his existing 10 TB databases to get the stats. Okay. Now this 10 TB is receiving requests. Think that here we have already 1 lakh customers are there. Okay. So this 10 TB is storing 1 lakh customer information on every second. Okay. Same point at the same time, I want to do analysis also to run my business. Then what happened is on this 10 TB, what is data is available? I'm running my analytical queries. Okay. This 10 TB is gone. This guy doesn't have any capacity to do this all activities at one go. Okay. But he started doing it. Boy one started doing it. Okay. He's saying that when he got this one, so he is not getting any proper replies, or these queries are not running, or when he is doing these activities, some customer data is not getting loaded because it becomes so busy. It doesn't have that capacity to load it. Okay. Now boy one was felt bad and he was sitting idle, and boy two was came to him and started talking to him saying that why you are like that? What's your problem? Now he explained this problem. See, I have to start a business, I have to earn money out of it, because some reason what happened is my 10 TB, so this 10 TB was there, I'm storing my data and I'm trying to write a query also on top of it. So this 10 TB is not able to do any kind of activities. Okay. Now boy 2 says that why you are doing this, right? So what you do is maintain one database to store all the transactions. Okay. Then what you do is he suggestions. Okay. He maintains one database to store all the transactions. Second database, okay, maintain to run only your analytical queries. Okay. So now don't disturb this one. Okay. What happens? This will be always reading your Facebook clone from a front end, and every transaction will be capturing over here. Okay. Transactions will be captured here. And then second one, you run your analytical queries to have a decision making stats. Okay. Let's call it's an aggregated data. Okay. So what is aggregated data means? So let me say you aggregated data. Okay. So what happened is today, what is today? 11/27. Okay. 11/27. I'm running a grocery shop. Okay. One guy bought for $1,000. One guy bought for $500. One guy bought for $300, 3,000. One guy bought from 100. Okay. So now it's each and every transaction. This is an each and every transaction cost. Okay. Now by end of the day, before I close off the business my today, I want to know how much business I have done. Okay. Calculate this everything. 1,500, 4,500, 4,600. Okay. 4,600 is my today's business was happened. This is every transaction. This is my aggregated information. Okay. What this boy 2 is saying, right? Have this information on one database. Okay. Have this information on one other database. Okay. So that what will happen is you don't need to do pressure over here. Okay. Transactions will be capturing, and here you are doing your aggregated informations. Okay. So you don't need to run your analytics. Okay. So what happened is this two types of informations called, this is called database. This is called data warehouse. Very simple information where you are capturing each and every transactions. Okay. In your real-time information. What is the real-time information? Someone paid you $1,000. That particular $1,000 should come and store in your database. Okay. So mainly what happens is whatever the items being sold in your company, each and every item being sold in your company or a grocery shop should be captured at some places. Someone came and bought your agarbatti also has to be go and capture in particular place. Okay. Your real-time information should be captured in a place called as in a database. So where you are performing your analytics, okay, where you are performing your analytics means you are reading all this data and you are making some aggregated view on top of it. For that, we use it as in a data warehouses. Okay. So data warehouses is nothing but pulls all the data from a different sources or a one source. You can call any sources. Okay. Within your organization for reporting and analytical purpose. Okay, your databases are is to capture the real-time transactions. Each and every transaction will get captured. But when you come to a data warehouses, what type of information you will be having is you will have the information in an aggregated view for reporting and analytical purpose. Okay, so I'm taking pass here. Anybody have any questions on this example? Okay, so no questions. Whatever we discussed, right? See this diagram.
So, 1 minute, yeah.
Yeah,
So
please go.
data warehouse is the final data for making decisions.
Yes, correct. All the decisions, reporting, analytics, everything happens on a data warehouse tools, not on the databases.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So now see this diagram. Okay. We'll correlate same thing. Okay. So heading is grocery shop. So not heading is grocery shop. Heading is this clone, Facebook clone. Okay. This is how he started maintaining the information now. What is this doing is every day, every transaction he is maintaining here. These are all called databases. Okay. Each and every transaction which is getting captured. Okay. That's called operational data. Okay. So whenever you go any company, right? Any company, you can go in your company landscape. In your company, there will be a one database called as an ODS. Okay. Which is called operational data system. So now you go to any company, people will be starting saying that we have to pull the information from a ODS system. Okay, don't get confused. Whenever they used a word called as an ODS, that means it's an operational data system. That means it's a database and each and every transaction is going to be captured there. Okay, so if any one of you, right, is already into a company, if you guys are used in any, my bad. So if you guys used any kind of databases right now, Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, anywhere, do you guys have anything called as an ODS? Anybody heard about ODS? ODS or IODS, anything, both are same. If not, go back to your systems. If you are already working, right, check with your developers or someone if you're not familiar with it. Definitely every company will have this ODS, which is called as an operational data system, where each and every transactions will be coming and storing here. What kind of databases? What are these ODS systems, right? Oracle, MySQL, okay, and then PostgreSQL, okay, and what can you call, so what else you can call, Netiza is all this comes into a different one. Okay, data warehouses. Okay, many more are there. Okay, so cloud, if you say cloud, there are many like that. Okay, MongoDB is a document DB again. So MongoDB you can use either analyticals, you can use it into this one. So it's a document DB, little tough with MongoDB. Okay, so I don't want to mention. So yeah, so ODS systems are definitely there. So ODS systems is nothing but, don't get confused, which is called as an operational data systems. When someone said it is an operational database, you should understand saying that each and every transaction is going to be happen there. Each and every transaction, right? It's a small transaction. You bought agarbatti, went in, captured. You withdrawn 100 rupees from the ATM, captured. Okay, you just made balance check, it's captured. Okay, each and every small transactions will be going and getting loaded into your operational databases. Okay, that's called ODS. That's called as in a databases. Databases are very, why they want to do this one, right? Databases, we have a lot of prominence. Okay, this databases will never go down. There will be a lot of oversight on this one. They will make sure this is never go down. Okay, because in case this databases goes down, what happens is the data which is coming from the source systems cannot able to capture inside this databases. Okay, Facebook guy, if his database, the 10 TB of database is gone, it's been down, then what happens is whoever is posting, whoever is liking, whoever is sharing, this all information for that particular point of time, when till the time the database is down, he cannot able to capture. That means he's losing business over there. Okay, so this is heart of the databases. Okay, so databases, again I'm saying, so databases, right? So databases are for to store the real-time information. Okay, the transaction happened, it should come and store it over here. Okay, as real time as possible. Okay, so right example, as I've given, any item sold on your grocery, I should see it on the system in the next 1 minute or within fraction of seconds. Okay, so what happens on this databases? A simple queries, a simple transactions will come and store into this databases very quickly. Okay, you should not put a pressure on this one. It's not like collect all the information of a one day and then go and put it into an ODS. That's not how the ODS works. Every transaction has to be in a real time. It has to come and store it into a operational databases. Okay, so when someone said that it is an operational database, okay, data system, okay, you need to think that there are multiple transactions are going to happen. Every transaction, as soon as it is completed, it will coming and storing over there, and it will have a very quick transactions happening, and quickly it comes and store it into your no databases. Okay, this will be running every time. There is no downtime to it, and make sure no other person, outside person, is querying and making this database busy. Okay, so no databases, no database admins, database administrator, database developers, whoever is maintaining the database, right? They will not allow any teams to query these databases for a long time. Okay, they will make sure these databases are available to have these transactions happening each and every second. Okay, so sorry, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. See, even the batch programs updates the OLTP database, right? It's
Correct.
not only online transaction, real time. It's even some batch programs in the night that will also going to update the database, correct? It will have a bulk update to the table, correct?
No, there won't be. So if any company is using for the bulk updates at a particular point in time, there could be two reasons. One is there is some update after real time, there is something happening and they want to make it sync, which is not ideal. The case to should be maintained in an Oracle or maintained in a OLTP databases. Okay, so OLTP databases is designed to have it on a real time. So think that a customer paid you $1,000 and he left the company. After a 1 day, you are updating from 1,000 to a 10,000 rupees. Okay, which is in a very wrong information. We are trying to update it. Okay, so ideally they should not do any batch updates. Okay, if it is happening, there could be some other reason. The tables they are updating, right? They could have some other meaning in case they have some sense. They want to change, manipulate the data according to their businesses. Okay, but that's not an ideal case. Okay, ideally what happens is instead of a batch, real-time update. So what we call is OLTP databases. Okay, so I'll come to this point, OLTP or OLAP, right? So I'll come to this point before I complete this one. Okay, I'll answer your question over here. Is that fine?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Another
fine.
10 minutes, we just hang up. Okay, so we understand. Yeah,
I
sorry.
want to clarify. So
Mhm.
ODS operation data system, there is no query at all, or there's only internal query to make it suitable for the customer, suitable
Why-
for the user.
so yeah, so what happens is, so two types of queries again, right? This is my to that point you're asking, saying that ODS systems should not be queried much. To that point
Okay.
you're asking question, right?
Yeah, it should not be query at all, or you should.
No, not at all.
If-
Not
Is,
at all. Yeah.
Krishna, is that only the insert query? Only the insert is happening in the ODS and the select query is happening on the OLAP database, right? The other one. So
I'll
that's
come
what
to
you're
this.
telling, right? Mhm.
I'll
Yeah,
come to
okay. Yeah, fine.
I'll talk about what is crude. Okay, that's in the next
Yeah,
topic.
okay. Correct. No problem.
So to your question, I'll answer. Okay, to your question, I'll answer. I don't know your name. Sorry. Okay, so to your question, should you query the ODS systems? That's called as a databases, right? Operational database systems, right? So why?
Yes.
What happens? Usually, the type of queries. One is system queries. Okay, system queries means some systems are querying your systems. Some systems are querying this ODS to pull some information. Next one is customer or developers. Let's call it as a your company staff.
Mhm.
Okay, company staff also will be querying on this one, querying on this ODS, right? To do some analysis for that one. This is strictly prohibited at sometimes business hours. Okay, you will be seeing some queries will be running in a very important manner, but DBAs will be running a automatic scripts all the time to see if anybody is running queries on it, and immediately If it is crosses 5 minutes, they cancel it. Automatically they cancel it, because what these guys will be doing is they will make sure the resources which is available on this ODS. Okay, resources means which keeps this ODS systems always active. Okay, active and make it available to do the transactions, right? That resources, what is that resources? That resources will be used by this company staff and this system will go down. Okay, so what they do is they will make sure no one is, as much as possible, no one is getting executed any queries on a ODS system. Okay, you will be seeing, but I'm saying you will be seeing a minor small queries people will be executing, but any query which is impacting the resources, database administrators will be canceling the queries within 5 minutes. Okay, so when I mean this is fine, what is this mean? System queries, right? So I'm going back to this diagram again. Okay, so let me come to the third layer for completing these 2 layers. Okay, these 2 another system source layers are external data. The external data means some other data which you are getting in a file format, files, CSV files or XML files or Word files or Excel files, some files data. Okay, some data you are getting in an Excel files. Okay, and then this is some other databases if it is available. Think that some other databases. I said that data warehouses can collect the data from a different other sources to club it and have it a data over there for your analytical purposes. Okay, for reporting purposes and analytical purposes. But each and every data warehouse, anywhere, any company you take it. Okay, one of the source system for your data warehouse is your databases. Okay, you see this diagram. Okay, the third layer, right? The third layer is going to be a data warehouse. To this data warehouse layer, these are all the 3 source systems now. Okay, you see the data is coming from operational databases, external data warehouses, and then directly data warehouses. Okay, so any company you take it, the major percentage of data which comes to your data warehouse is your operational data. That's called ODS data. ODS data means each and every transaction which is being stored on your operational databases. From there, the data comes and land it into data warehouse after you process it. Where you are processing it? You are processing it using an ETL tools. Okay, it could be in Informatica, it could be in an Ab initio, it could be Python, it could be in something Snowflake, it could be anything. Okay, after the first layer is called as in a raw data, second layer is called as in a processing tool, third layer is called as in a processed layer. Okay, the processed data will come and stored into your data warehouse. Okay, so now what happens here, right? So OLAP and OLTP and OLAP. Okay, so what is OLTP and OLAP? Okay, similar lines what we have understand. Okay, so for freshers, let me put the what is OLTP and OLAP. OLAP is nothing but online analysis or whatever it is, analyze processing. Okay, OLTP is called online transactional processing. Okay, always. Okay, always OLTP will become a source to your OLAPs. If someone asks you saying that what is the source system for your OLAP, what is the source system for your Snowflake? Okay, what is your source system for your Databricks? Okay, the first must answer we should tell is it's an OLTP systems. Okay, which is maintaining it in our on-premises or on your clouds. Okay, so OLTP systems are the source for the OLAPs. 98%. Any company, okay, you take, if you are that company is maintaining a data warehouse means they are getting the data from OLTP systems. Okay, you can go back and check in if anybody experienced people, right? Go back and try to do some kind of checks in your company. So your OLAP systems will be getting information from your OLTP systems. Okay, including, okay, there could be some source files from different parties you might be getting, or some other sources also, right? Some other databases or something else also you will be getting. But if you miss this and this will be for sure, it will be available. Okay, very important question, very basic to understand. Okay, OLAP databases. One OLTP will be always your source system for your OLAP, not vice versa. OLAP will never become a source system for an OLTP because in this particular system, you are maintaining this. And this you are maintaining in your OLTPs. Okay. This is called your databases. Okay. This is called your data warehouses. Okay. So now try to understand here. From this, you can always derive this. From this, you cannot derive this. Did I make sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah,
Yeah, yes,
only
correct.
only the terminology is different. That's it. OLTP and OLAP. But otherwise, to understand common man, database and data warehouse. Also,
So
in the
data,
sense,
yeah.
and
So
what I mean is I know from data warehouse you cannot go to database. From database only you can come to data warehouse.
exactly.
That is right.
Yes.
But terminology is online transaction processing.
Yes.
Online analytical processing. Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you.
I'll extend this anyway. Okay. My question was this mathematical calculations, are we agree? So when I say you cannot go from data warehouse to database, but anytime, not today, not tomorrow, next 2 years, after 10 years, till you can use your database, but you can build your data warehouse. You guys are with me on that? Okay. I say yes, I believe. Yes. Right. So all the time, so databases will build first, then data warehouses will build first. Sorry, build next, right? Keep that is in mind. Okay, very important. Okay, very, very important. When I next points I'm going, right? So now here comes to it. The point I'm just little bit going back to understand. Okay, I said that your databases should be always active. Okay, but data warehouses is fine. Okay, it's fine. Anytime if there is any downtime for half an hour or 10 minutes is totally fine. Okay. Reason I'm saying, again, going back to this point, with this data, you can able to generate this at any time. Until this data is available with you, you can able to generate this data at any time. Okay. So this is very important for you. Okay. This means this is a database should be always active. Okay. Data warehouses, it can wait. It can wait for 1 day. It can wait for 2 days. It can wait for 1 year. After 1 year, I'll analyze this one. What is the problem over there? There is no problem for me. I can wait here. Okay. So data warehouses. Okay. Data warehouses. It's not as important. It's important. Okay. I won't say it's not important, but data warehouses can wait. Okay. So can wait. So now you say data warehouses. Always without a database, you cannot build the data warehouse. Okay. So keep this point in mind. Okay. So whatever the topics we're going to discuss in the next days is going to helpful a lot for us.
I
Okay.
have one question. Sorry.
Yes, please go ahead.
So the database is dynamic, it's always similarly data warehouse also, which is doing analytics of this data, also dynamic, or it can wait, as you said, it can wait for some time. I don't know what is it.
Exactly. It can wait for some time. Okay. So I'll give you one more example to that, right? So OLTP, sorry, let's call it now. I will club the points. Okay. So now let me club the points. Database is equals to OLTP. Okay. Active all the time. Now you raised a point, it's saying that dynamic. Yes, it's OLTP is a dynamic because every transaction it has to capture. That means it has to update, online delete. Okay, if any there are there. Okay, insert. Okay, so all CRUDs, right? So CRUD, what is CRUD? Create, read, update, delete. Okay, so CRUD. So we can call OLTPs are CRUD and follows acidic properties. We will discuss this acidic properties. Okay, if you guys doesn't know, let's leave it like that. Okay, I'll explain this. Okay, so databases, OLTP should be active all the time. It's always dynamic because each and every point there is a transaction happening. The small transactions means small queries or small things which will be always happening on this one. So it should be a dynamic. Okay, it will be updating, deleting the record, inserting the record. Okay, but it should happen as quick as the possible that your data got generated. Real time it should happen. Okay, so let me put one more point also, real time. Okay, dynamic is nothing but almost a real time. Okay, so now this we understand. Okay, your question is OLAP, whether it needs to be a dynamic or not. So now again, I'm going back to your question saying that, okay, is it needed to me to calculate my end of the day profit or business? Is it needed to me? Can you answer that? What's that question? Let's put that interesting topic. You actually raised a very good point. Okay, shall we continue that? Can you answer it? Is it mandatory for me to generate this business day? So how much money I have been got? Sorry, how much business I have been happen for every day?
Depends on the needs. Sometimes
exactly. You answered the question. Okay, depends on the needs. Okay, depends on the needs. That means think that I have fever. Okay, I'm the only person. I'm the owner of that my grocery shop. Okay, I have a very high fever. Okay, this is already been captured for me, but I couldn't. I have no energy to do this. Okay, so can I wait for one more day? Can I do it tomorrow? Is that fine for me? It's okay, right? Did you answer that? Okay, yes, right, Salman? Yes,
okay.
right.
It could be okay, but if the customer demand, so if the user demands very, I mean, it's not, they want every analysis every 1 hour, something like that, it can
Very, yeah, you raised one more point, so I'm coming to that point, but it can wait, right? But you can understand saying that it can wait. Customer, yes, customer is forcing for me. Yeah, Krishna, see, I need this data now. Okay, I have to run my business. Whatever you do, I need it every minute. Okay, and that question is totally, I understand. Okay, now what happened is, but it can wait. Okay, so not so dynamic. No, I'm saying that not so dynamic, it can be dynamic. Okay, so when you call, yes, it can be dynamic. At this particular point in time, we will say two times. One is, okay, streaming analytics. Okay, slash one is a batch process analytics. Okay, so it now depends on the needs. Okay, if customer is expecting saying that, yes, Krishna, I want this data as soon as possible. This is a very important data to run my business. Then what they do is they will go streaming analytics. That's called, it will be continuously data you will be getting and you will be running analytics and you will be storing it somewhere. Okay, if not, they go batch process analytics. What is batch process analytics? Probably 3 hours once, 10 hours once, 1 day once, weekly once, quarterly once, yearly once. They can take a decision. Okay, so this you OLAP, it depends on your needs. Okay, so now if I have made this decision, if I am feeling not well on that particular day, it's okay, I can able to generate it tomorrow. This is nothing going to be problem to me here. Okay, so OLAP is also right. This is okay. This is okay to be wait for some time. But yes, there are some KPIs, key performance indicators you should create. Okay, what is key performance indicators means? You need that company stats. You have to see that company stats every minute to take a decision. Stock market, right? Stock market cannot wait. We cannot wait after 3 o'clock. That done. The business day is done for us, right? We need each and every second of the information so you take a decision on that whether you need to buy it or sell it, right? In that cases, yes, we do a streaming analytics. Okay, we will make sure the data is being happening each and every time. Okay, so now you can able to take a decisions. Okay, but okay, which database will help you to take the decisions? The database, sorry, which type of databases will help you to take the decisions is always OLAP. Okay, because OLAPs are an aggregated views. Okay, now by seeing all this like 100 transactions, I can't come into a decision saying that I would have made a 50,000 today. Okay, but if I do this particular calculations, I can take a decision saying that yes, I made a 50,000 profit today, which is comparatively more than yesterday's. Okay, your database, data warehouses are the places to take the decisions. Okay, your reporting tools, all the Power BIs, Tableaus, Cognos, whatever you call it, okay, will always talk to your data warehouses, not the databases. Okay, there could be some which would have been built. That means that's a bad design they would have done. They are putting a pressure on the databases, which could impact in the long term to them to capture the transactions. But 99%, okay, I can call 100% also as a good design. Always your reporting tools should connect and communicate with only data warehouses, okay, to make the decisions, to create the dashboards, to create the reporting and reporting informations, okay, to talk with their data warehouses. Okay, because
Krishna, can we say the larger version of database is data warehouse? Only the size is the matters, right? So
not only size, I would call, okay,
mhm.
the way of the data real time, right? So data warehouses, okay, we have lot of real timing information. This database,
Correct.
let me
No,
tell
the
you.
process I'm talking about storage wise. See, the data warehouse is kind of it's a bigger storage, right? So where we process 1 year data, 2 years data, where we stores that, right? So we need the big space, big size, right? So both are, see, database, even Oracle and data warehouse also can be Oracle, correct?
Databases also can be Oracle. Yes, correct. Data warehouses also can be, you can maintain it as an Oracle, not idle situations, right? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, continue your question. I'll tell the answer.
Yeah, that's a thing. The so size, the larger size is the data warehouse, right? Where we will
Not only
store large
that I
amount.
can call.
Mhm.
Yeah. So not only that I can call the models, how the models works inside a databases and data warehouses, right? The way, your first point is more space, right? Always data warehouses greater than databases in space, because data warehouses maintains lot of
Historical data.
historical data. The reason is databases 2 years or 3 years, once it is completed, the flush of the old data, because they should, if they start increasing the space, right, they start storing a lot of data, this will go down, the performance will go down, right? If I say that you study 10 subject in a 1 hour, your performance will go down. I say read only 5 concepts in 1 hour, your performance will be better. Okay, in similar fashion, things that very real time, this works as real time as what we behave. Okay, so next way, the way databases and data warehouses maintains the data. Okay, when I say maintains the data, OLTP maintains a row oriented information. Data warehouses will maintain a column oriented information. Okay, so I don't explain this in detail right now. We will go when we are learning the micro partitions. Okay, how really it helps to maintain that way.
Okay.
Okay.
And one thing, Krishna, like, see, for the you said that for reducing the load for the OLTP, we have difference because see, only the suppose the updates or inserts happening on the OLTP. So in order to reduce the load for the database, we have created one more thing called the overlap for the analytical purposes.
Correct. Analytical purposes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, this for the overlap, somewhere the data comes from the OLTP only, right? Some ETL tools or something that is fetching the data from the OLTP, and again the load is increased, right? See,
Yeah.
we are
That's
disturbing.
the point.
You got right what I'm asking. See,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
different. See, there are two different OLTP database and overlap to different to reduce the load into the OLTP, right?
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
But some of the ETL tools also again disturbs the OLTP database, right? So
Yes.
that selects. So
This way,
just want
this point number 72 and 73, right? So always
yeah.
two types of interactions will happen with ODS. Okay. So two types of interactions will happen. One is system queries. System queries means ETLs. Okay. Second one is company staff, like developers, testers. Okay, think that your ML is been communicating, and what else you can call, some analytical people also have been querying this one, right? So this they will avoid it. Okay, for this ETL queries, okay, they add more resources. Okay, how many resources they can add? Think that 10 million resources I have added it. What is the resources? Servers, right? inside a servers, how many servers can able to connect to your ODS, okay? And that many servers are needed to you to real time you get from a data from a front end, right? Front end to your databases, the data should be loaded. I want to, in this 10 million, 9.5 million resources, I'll use only for this. Only 5 million, 0.5 million resources I might be giving for this. Okay, 0.5 million resources I'll give. Or else what I can say is front end, from front end to your databases, ODS databases, I have a 10 million resources or servers you can call. Okay, so to load from front end to my ODS system, I will use 9.5 million because I don't want to lose even a single transaction by making the system to go down. Okay, so now what happened is another, there is a 0.5 million resources are available, right? That 0.5 million resources I will be using for these two activities. Okay, some ETLs to query to fetch the data from this ODS system and putting into the data warehouses, and some to use it for the company staff to query directly on this ODS data systems and do some small transactions, small kind of, not transactions, I would call small kind of analysis, nothing more than that. Okay, so I'll give you this one. In this two also, what is your priority, Krishna? I'll give 0.45 million resources for ETL activities. Okay, for this guys, I'll give you only 0.05 million resources. Okay, I don't give, if after 0.05 million requests are being already completed by these guys, I don't give even a single resource. These guys will be getting a message saying that there is no resources available to run your queries. Okay, for this guy also, I'll assign only 0.4 million requests. In case if any other ETL tools are being accepted, pushing some requests to get the data from ODS systems, then these guys will go on a queue state. What is queue state? It will wait unless some of these queries are completed, and then your query get fired on this ODS system and get the data. Okay, but I will not reduce this. I am not daring to go any downtime to lose any transactions. Okay, so what happens?
So mostly the aggregated query, the larger queries runs on the overlap system.
Exactly.
So you're reducing the load for the ODS. So only the ETL thing you're giving very less time. Okay, as we said, right, less load. Okay, now I got it. Yeah.
Small queries. Okay, insert agarbattis into table. Okay, small queries will run on your OLTP databases. Larger queries, get me what is the revenue got for agarbattis from last 1 year. That's a difference you see. Okay, only small queries will be executed on a databases, that's called OLTP databases. Okay, larger queries will be executing on your OLAP databases.
So the ETL queries will not affect the ODS much, as we said, right? So ETL is also going to extract
either it is
the
affecting, either it is not affecting. For ETLs, I have provided only this many resources. Their ETLs can wait. Use only this much. I'm not going to give you any other resources. Okay. Think that yes, Krishna, 4.05 million resources came in, but there is a one ETL, very important ETL is there that needs to be executed. Okay. Then what they do is, again, it's again a technical term. Okay. So ETL tools goes from a control M or something, wherever they will run it, right? What they do is they will give priority resources for this. Okay. So out of this, if any queries are running, if you query this priority resources for this ETL takes the prominence and first it will execute and make sure the other one goes on a queue. Okay. This all will be maintained by a database administrators. Okay. This is very complex way of understanding. So I'll just given you a very brief idea. Okay.
Got it.
So everyone following it. So when someone says you, what is OLTP, OLAP, you should explain this everything. Okay, everybody following me or any questions? I will park that acidic tomorrow. Okay, very important to understand. Crude, we understand, right? Just creates, it reads the data, updates the data and deletes the data. Okay, what is update, what is delete? Just for now, you think it as a very layman term of English word. Update means updating something, delete means removing something, read means reading something, create means it is inserting a data or creating a data for us. Okay, keep this in mind. Okay, tomorrow we'll understand OLTP follows acidic in nature. Okay, what is acidic? We will be understanding. It's also very important, right? So usually what happens is these are all very, very, very basic if you are understanding a databases, how the ETL works and everything. Okay. Ideally, when you go interview, they will expecting that you should be already knowing this. Okay. Sometimes some interviews, what they do is they will do basic checks. They really not going to say that, okay, tell me AWS glue when you are using, right? What are the interfaces or what are the tools, what are the drop downs you will be seeing? They will not ask you. They will say that you are using OLTP databases, right? So it's acidic in nature, people will call. Can you explain me what is this acidic in nature? This is where we'll most of the times will fail. Okay, so because we try to put more concentration on the complex topics, we misses our basics. Okay, so we will understand, because if you understand this, you will understand how the data warehouses and databases will be working. Okay, so when you go into your ETL knowledges or database knowledges or data engineering knowledges, these are must to understand. Okay, so atomic in nature. Okay, consistency in nature. Okay, isolate in nature. And next one, durability in nature. Yeah, durability. I believe durability. Yeah, durability. Correct. Yeah, durability in nature. Okay, so whenever you are loading some data into OLTP, that particular record, agarbatti, one agarbatti, you are trying to insert a data into table, it should follow this. Okay, each and every transaction will follow this. Okay, we'll discuss this tomorrow. I'll open a forum for questions for next 2-3 minutes.
And Krishna, is it all the overlap is column oriented? All the
Yes,
data warehouse this follows the column oriented database.
column oriented, it's correct.
That's for ease for the aggregation, right? If
Exactly.
aggregation, if it is.
We used a word called ease, but how that ease really does it in the backend is something we'll discuss when we go into micro partitions. I have a smart diagram to show that.
Okay. And Krishna, whether you will be covering that thing, right? This data warehouse overlap concept, how the data like star schema and Snowflake schema, right? That
Yes, I'll explain that schemas. Okay, I'll explain that
and
schema.
dimensions and facts, right? Because that little confusing for me to understand that concept,
So
the overlap concept. Yeah.
I don't theoretically tell that. Okay, we'll implement that, and why we call facts and dimensions, I'll explain it.
Okay.
Okay, that we will be learning as part of Snowflake. Yeah, in Snowflake we have a couple of tables. One ER diagram I'll show. In that ER diagram, I'll show what is fact in that and what is measures. Sorry, what is dimensions in that. What are actuals and what are measures. Okay, because theoretically, when you learn facts and dimensions, you believe me or not, even for first 5 years, even I had that condition. Why we call measures? Why we call this one? What is the calculations are having? Okay, so if you
How we can identify whether this is a fact table, this is a little bit confusing actually. How we can say this fact, this
why we call dimensions, right? When we see the real time data, we will understand why we are calling that. Okay, I'll show that. I have an ER diagram. I'll show that. Okay, so quickly this diagram, right? So layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 we said, last one I said, right? So data marts, you know this is very specific to the people, department data. Okay, so now you have financial data team is there, financial database. You have a sales team is there, sales data will be available. So you have, if a company have a requirement of a data marts level, they will do this data marts. Finally, your data will be available, reporting or overlaps or whatever systems you're doing, right? This all comes from your data warehouses. Okay, so you see in this layer, we are seeing a Snowflake also now, Snowflake and Databricks also is there. Okay, so ideally this Snowflake can be done here as well. Okay, not directly you can done. See, you see they have done a Fivetran here. Fivetran, what is a third-party tool? These are all third-party tools. Okay, what these guys can do is they can connect to the OLAP systems and OLTP systems. What we do this ELTL is we will replace this with Python. Okay, we'll write a Python here to connect to the OLAP, connect to the OLTP and insert into OLTP so that we can learn the Python program also. Okay. So what is this? Okay, Krishna, can we come up the pace a bit? I understand you're explaining basics, Professor, but we are in third session. We didn't start the topic first. So this is very important. There are a lot of advanced topics including the course curriculum. Do we cover all of them in detail as part of this course? scratching the surface of the first topics are very high level. I want topics like task which those aren't all we will be learning. I'm in the right course or in the course more beginner level. So yeah, Ravi. So as you are already bit, this one, right? So I definitely believe that you would be understanding these topics as a fresher, and then only you would have been jumped. Okay, learning directly in ML, which not going to help you. Why I'm saying this so this one, right? Column oriented and row oriented, very important for the interview, and how you are going to understand the Snowflake versus AWS Glue also, MySQL server also. This is going to be a major factor. Okay, so I want to make sure everyone is understand that one. I'll come to the pace. Okay, the only problem is we can't skip the others. Okay, but you definitely read that one, the advanced stored with user defined function, scalar, and tabular sites. You will be learning each and every topic will be covering. Okay, so let's take that feedback from others. Okay, guys, if you guys want me to go a little more fast, touching upon very high, how many freshers we have in this meeting?
So I wanted to add something to that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. So I find it a little overwhelming when, sorry to say, I'm pretty new to the concepts. So when somebody's asking high level, the terms and things, I'm not able to follow that. So that's something I was expecting to go in like for example, we were talking about row oriented information column. Somebody asked a question and then you were explaining them. But for me as a fresher, somebody new to the concepts, I had no idea where we are going with that. So it was a little off for me. I just wanted to say that. I would expect to go from the base. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with your point. That's what even we are here. So our design also will go the same way. So yes, yeah. So anybody else? I'm a fresher, Dinesh. I got the point. As long as we'll be learning the main. Yes, Ravi. So you take it as a promise that we will be covering. So you can check our previous videos also. We will be learning. So let's note down this topic. Okay. So let's note down this. We don't even miss a single point of what you mentioned and others also. Okay?
Yeah, that's good. You are doing the right things. We will keep the slow space only, giving examples. So that's what is important.
Yeah. So
that is that will make people to understand easily.
exactly. That's the whole reason I have brought up an example, so that with examples people will able to understand with the real time scenarios, right? That's the whole reason I have been brought up. So yeah, don't worry, once we jump, right? So tomorrow we will be having an installation. Day after tomorrow we'll have a basic start of the sequels. Okay, we will start and we will be running some queries and all. Okay, basic queries. Okay, don't expect that I will run a Windows statement directly on a day 5. Okay, so we'll be running that, but definitely we'll reach to the Windows and we will be learning that all the cascades and everything, advanced topics. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And others also, right? I know that we have a few experienced folks also in this meeting, right? So if you think something is relevant, something is good to be explained, someone to be known in this team, right? So just come up and explain this topic so that I will stop that particular point, so that if everyone understand on that particular point, we'll move ahead. Okay. Okay, perfect. Then any questions? Oh, 5 minutes is gone, 7 minutes. Okay, let's take 1 more minute. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Can we have this access to the notes? Yes. I will save this notes. Okay, I will store this in intro and I'll store this. You will be seeing that notes. Okay. So aesthetic properties tomorrow I'll quickly complete, and we will complete our MySQL installations. Okay. Now only worry I have is how many we have on an iOS Mac guys in this group. How many Mac guys? Are all Windows? Okay, I take no Mac guys. Okay, oh, there is a message.
So yeah,
Soumya, you are Mac. Okay, yeah. So
yeah.
MySQL Mac OS is something which I am not seeing the latest versions. Okay, but let me go through it. I'll help you out. Okay. Windows is something they are making me to download. For Mac, they are not doing it. So let me do some research today and I'll get this done for you. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Tomorrow we'll quickly complete acidic properties and very 5 minutes talk about SQL, and we'll install our tool, and then we'll start working on it. Okay, and tool walkthrough also I'll give. I'm Windows. Okay, good. Okay, any other questions, guys, for today? Okay, I take your silence as no questions then. Okay, there is no questions. I think we are good to drop off for today. Have a rest of the day, good, and then we'll catch up tomorrow morning at 6:30. Okay.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thanks, guys.